Rayon.design is more powerful than you might think. And today I'm going to show you my exact workflow. What's going on, team? My name is David Tomic. I'm a registered architect here in Western Australia, and this is part one. Every new project in Rayon.design starts at the homepage. So that's exactly where we're going to start today. First thing we want to do is go straight up to the top and hit new model. In a matter of seconds, we're going to have a blank page open up to allow us to start creating. The first thing I want to do is create a page so I can start planning my layouts. Selecting page on the left hand side and tapping new page, let's simply start with ground floor plan. And because I like to be a relatively organized kind of guy, I'm always going to have that at 1:100, making sure that's labeled in my pages so I know what I'm looking at later down the track. Hit OK, and then we're going to select our page outline. From here, I'm going to change the format from A4 down to A1. And of course, it's going to be horizontal because that's just how most architectural projects go. Next thing I'm going to do is change our scale from 1 to 53.66 to 1:100. And there you go. I have my first page set up, ready to go. Now, because I'm showing you my workflow, nothing is set up in this model. So I want to bring in my title block. I can obviously create that in Rayon by drawing lines and text, or I can bring it in through a DWG. And because I haven't shown you that in my original Learn Rayon.design video, I'm going to show you now with a title block. The first thing we want to do is hit the 3 bars menu in the top left, come down into import, and we can either import an image, DWG, PDF, or a Rayon file. For me, I'm going to hit find my title block and open it up. The first thing it's going to ask me is how long is this blue line in the preview? Because it's a title block, I'm not really sure. So I'm just simply going to click I'm not sure, and I'd like my units to stay in millimeters. So I'm going to select import. Next, it's going to ask me to pick an insertion point or to import the drawing. I'm just going to import it and let it do the rest. You can see it's come in really tiny in the middle of my page. So next, what I want to do is drag it to the bottom left-hand corner and then come across into my bottom toolbar and hit scale. The first thing I need to do is pick my first point, then my second point, which in this scenario is the entitled title bar. And then I'm going to zoom all the way out and select the end of my A1 page. And there we go. Now we have our title block imported into Rayon.design. Now, because I've imported this as a DW, everything is custom editable. So if I double click on the main title block section, I can go ahead and change any of this item. So if I wanted to put a registration number in, I could throw whatever random numbers in I needed to, and it would update automatically. If I needed to include the actual project number or the project name, I could, which is incredible because it means we don't have to go and redesign our title blocks if we're moving from another software directly into Rayon. We can just export it, drag and drop it, and move on. The one thing that I immediately noticed that didn't import with my DW is, of course, my little logo here. So if we come back into the 3 dots, go import image, I can repeat those same steps and bring in my image. The image obviously imports gigantic, so I'm just going to scale it down to the appropriate size I need it to be, and then hit done. Now that we have our title block in, we can obviously go ahead and copy and paste that onto every single new page we create, or we can make that a block so we can import that whenever we need to. So if I come down the bottom, hit block, it will create block 1, which I'm going to rename to title block. So if we would come in, create a new page, let's call that first floor plan, repeat all those same steps, position it where we'd like it, and then we can come into our blocks and drag and drop our title block in and position it immediately on that next page. I'll jump in the middle here, team, to let you know that this video is brought to you by Rayon.design. And if you still haven't figured out what Rayon is halfway through this video, well, Rayon.design is a web-based architectural platform for architects and interior designers alike. It's completely free to try, so make sure you check out the link in the description down below. Now that we have 2 of our pages and our title blocks set up, ready to go for multiple pages, we can dive into the ground floor plan. Now, like I showed you in my Rayon Learn series, we can obviously go ahead and document everything in Rayon, or we can bring in data from previous projects so we can start working on the interior design elements of it. As a quick recap, we can use the walls and doors down below, simply click once, start drawing whatever we need, finish it off, and create the magnificent designs that we may need. Alternatively, we can simply come in and import a DWG that we've already created. Now, because I've already shown you how to create walls, how to create doors and openings, I'm going to go ahead and import a floor plan from a previous project. That way we can speed up the process and I can show you my workflow in more detail. You just have to reference the original Learn Rayon.design video if you're starting from scratch. So let's go ahead and import this floor plan, which is imported gigantic over here. Luckily for me, it's imported the first floor on one side and the ground floor on the other. So I can just bring them closer, highlight them all, And I've also imported my north point and my scale bar. So this makes life really easy. If you haven't imported a scale bar, you can always put a dimension in on your DW or your PDF so that you can use something to scale. Just like a title block, we're going to go down the bottom, we're going to select scale. We're only going to scale the selected elements, not the entire model. So what we want to do is come in, select that, and then type in 1000 millimeters because that is a meter. And go ahead and delete these dimensions because they're no longer required. And I can take my north point and scale bar onto my actual pages. Now, if you don't have a north point and a scale bar available to you and you want to add that to your drawings, you can always come into Rayon, go to the block section, go to library and type in north, and you'll get a series of different north points available to you. Whichever one you prefer, whichever one you like, you can just go ahead, click it, drag it, drop it in. And in a matter of seconds, you've got that north point imported from. Let's go ahead and delete that north point because I don't need it personally, and then copy and paste this north point over onto our first floor plan as well. Now, on the left-hand side, we have our ground floor, so I'm going to drag that in. And on the right-hand side, we have our first floor, so I'm going to drag that in as well. Obviously, these pages are gigantic for just one floor plan. I could easily combine them both, but with Rayon, we want to use all of the available options to us. So what I'm going to walk you through is how I'll do my interior layouts with Rayon. As a starting point is a combination of mood boards, images, collages, and of course, Rayon's blocks and hatches. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is simply clean up this drawing a little bit. We don't need these retaining walls at the front. We probably don't need the boundary, and we really don't need any of these entry gates and portals. We're talking about interior design, so we can go ahead and clean that up. Now, some of these spaces are relatively obvious and self-explanatory, while others aren't. For instance, we know this front right-hand corner is a garage, but we don't really know what any of these other elements inside are. And at the same time, I don't like the look of any of these walls either. So let's start there. Let's start by cleaning up our model, making sure our walls look the way we want them to, and then moving into labeling. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and select all of our walls, which we can either do by selecting them one by one or right-clicking, select similar, and then type in this scenario. And then we simply change our styles and fills to black. Now that we have our fills set up and ready to go, we can move into our zones. So to do that, we go down to zone and we mark out our spaces. Zone 1, relatively simple, that's going to be our garage. So if we select on the zone, we can rename it to garage and make sure it's on the right layer. If it's not on the right layer, we don't have them, like last time, go across to layers, create a new layer, call it zones, and then make sure it's on zone so we can toggle it on and off later down the track. Now the garage is in square millimeters and I'd prefer it to be in square meters. So on the right hand side, we have units and 3 small dots. So we select our 3 small dots, keep our length in millimeters, but our area into square meters. And there you go, it will automatically update that zone. We can now go ahead and repeat that same step for the rest of the spaces on the ground floor plan. And there we go. Now we have all of our zones set up, which means we can start adding layers, we can start adding textures and hatches and fills, or even blocks to make the spaces look even better. For me personally, the next stage is drawing in some inspirational images so that I understand what I want this scene to look like. So now that I've dragged and dropped a few pictures in, we can get started. The first thing I want to do is move across my floor plan to one side of the project and arrange my images. So this is an external render I've previously done on this project, so we know what we're working with on the outside. And then I want the inside to have a modern contemporary look. For me, that means beautiful bathrooms, elegant staircases, and of course, informal living areas. So I can quickly collage those images however I see fit and then arrange my page the way I need it. Now, typically this 1:100 would be okay in an architectural documentation series, but I do need it to be a little bit larger. So I'm going to increase this floor plan to 1:50 by rescaling it. Now that we have our styling set up, we can go ahead and add some textures and materials to our zones. So the garage at the bottom, we have fills and strokes. We simply want to add a fill. We want to go into our texture and search for a texture that we like. I'm most likely going to use a terrazzo epoxy looking finish on the garage. So we've included that in here. If you still want to see your room names and your zones behind, simply just change that opacity to something that you're comfortable with. For me, 70% looks good. I want the storeroom to be the same as the garage. I could go through and do that manually, or I could select the storeroom, go to the eyedropper tool, hit the garage, and it will automatically replicate those settings. For the entry, I want it to have more of a relaxed feel. I like this image here of the staircase, but I don't really love the tiles coming into it. I want this to be more of a blend between modern coastal and modern contemporary, so I'm going to have some light oak floors. Same sort of scenario, let's pick a new texture, and I'm going to opt for this chevron. The scale is a little bit small for me, so I'm going to transform that scale to 3, and then I'm happier with that. That chevron pattern is going to continue in my sitting room, my study, and my hall. So if I select all 3, use the eyedropper tool, it will automatically add that texture in. Now, as you can see, some of my textures don't align, so we do need to tidy them up a little bit more. We can work on that later. Our bedrooms are going to need softer finishes, so if we select all of our bedrooms, we can go back into our hatch, scroll to the bottom, and find soft finishes. To tie in with the wood flooring, I'm going to go for a beige carpet, and I'm going to drop that down to 50% so it doesn't seem as intense. The bathrooms and laundries are of course going to be a tile, but there's nothing to say that we can't use a different material for the bathrooms. So if, for instance, we wanted a crazy paver look, we could scroll to the bottom, use that stone paver, or we could use some of the timber featured flooring because there are timber look tiles. For me, I'm going to use these limestone squares, drop it down to 70%, increase the scale to 4, rotate 90 degrees, and now we have large format travertine tiles in our bathrooms. The robes I wish to be an extension of our bedrooms, so we extend that carpet in. And of course, our fresco needs to be something a little bit nicer. We'll go white concrete at 70% as well. Anyway, that's all for part 1 today, team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below so that you're notified about part 2.